Mr. Speaker, 2022 was the most difficult year for me as Ghana's Finance Minister. On July 1st, 2022, we took what was then a difficult but necessary decision to request support from the IMF to implement our post-COVID-19 program of economic growth. The country was going through a dire period of economic uncertainties and despondency. Mr. Speaker, we have turned the corner, and more importantly, we are determined to continue down that path. Soon, we expect the measures taken resulting in economic activity greater than anything experienced in the history of the Fourth Republic. Our plans and programs should soon lead to a sustained increase in domestic production, including manufacturing and farming, replacing many of the products that we are used to importing. Mr. Speaker, when I presented the 2023 budget in November last year, I indicated that we will pursue major fiscal and monetary policy measures within the framework of the PCPEG. Our coordinated response to the macro fiscal challenges, which His Excellency the President charged us to develop in March 2022 before going to the IMF, that's the PCPEG. As a first step towards fulfilling this objective, Parliament passed the revenue and expenditure measures as well as several other macro-fiscal economic policies.
Honourable Minister, just a minute. The First Deputy Speaker to take the chair.
Mr. Speaker, we have turned the corner, and more importantly, we are determined to continue down that path. Mr. Speaker, when I presented the 2023 budget in November last year, I indicated that we will pursue major fiscal and monetary policy measures within the framework of the PCPEG. Our coordinated response to the macro-fiscal challenges, which His Excellency the President charged us to develop in March 2022 before going to the IMF, that's the PCPEG. As a first step towards fulfilling this objective, Parliament passed the revenue and expenditure measures as well as several other macro-critical economic policies we presented in the 2022 budget, and we are grateful for that. Along these lines, we also needed to create additional fiscal space by negotiating an International Monetary Fund program, 2, concluding a debt operations program, and 3, attracting significant investments, especially green investments, for a vibrant growth strategy. Mr. Speaker, I can now report that we have been diligent and resolute in implementing these measures and successfully negotiated the $3 billion US 3-year IMF ECF program, which was approved on 17th May 2023 to support the implementation of our PCPEG. Concluded on February 14th, the initial part of the debt operations, of which the domestic debt exchange program. Developed a framework for the V20 Climate Prosperity Plan to attract climate investments from the private sector, and initiated the Mutual Prosperity Dialogue to crowd in domestic and external private investment to underpin our growth strategy. Mr. Speaker, for the first 6 months of the year, we continue making progress to exceed our non-oil revenue targets for the year. We have seen improvements in non-oil tax revenue collection despite some notable shortfalls in VAT. However, oil revenues have fallen short of expectations due to changes in global prices. We will therefore undertake a downward review of the oil-related revenue as well as the corresponding expenditures to align with the underperformance of some of our revenue handles. Specifically, this will impact the annual budget funding amount. Mr. Speaker, in view of the reasons outlined above, as well as the lower domestic interest payment and amortization following the completion of a part of the DDEP and a reduction in the foreign finance capex, the appropriation has been revised from Ghana cedis 227.7 billion as presented and approved in November 2022 to 206.0 billion Ghana cedis. This is in line with Regulation 24, Sub-Regulation 3 of Public Financial Management Act Regulation 2019 LI 2378. Mr. Speaker, we will therefore not require a supplementary budget.